Yo, welcome back. This is still Matt Ken. Welcome back to my channel. This is for NECO 2026 physics preparatory video. As you have not known me, like my channel, my videos, they are basically preparatory videos for you to add up to whatever you are reading. Welcome back. We have been doing this for other subjects and has been going smoothly. Now it's time for physics again. All right. Now, before I start this physics class, let me just inform teachers who be watching this video or some students that might have interest in this. The WAEC marking guide or the marking scheme is currently with me. The recent WAEC receipt that was done, so I have the marking guide with me. The subject I have is just physics, chemistry, and biology, but the practical they are currently available with me. So if you are interested, then reach out to me on this my WhatsApp number. Some of you have the WhatsApp number, but this still 091 55 10 28 18. All right. So if you need it, just come down to our WhatsApp, tell me the subject you need. I've listed the two that I have physics, chemistry, and biology, including the practical. But it's not going for free. You're just going to pay a token of 600 naira. So if you're interested, pay your token of 600 naira into this account number 08. The account number is 8068435809. So you are paying into a PalmPay account, and the account name is Adegboyega Lukman Ayomide. So that's just it. Once you pay, then send your receipt to this WhatsApp number. Then I will then write it in the caption that it's for this particular subject. Physics is 600 naira, biology is 100 naira, whereby chemistry is 100 naira as well. All right. But for other subjects, if you need other subjects, if you need other subject, please go down to the comment section and state the subject you want. You understand? State it clearly. So if I was able to get another subject later, I will tell you in the comment section that okay, I have this, you can pay, you cannot make your payment. I have this, I have that. The essence of me coming up with this past question, coming up with the marking scheme is that for teachers basically, so that teachers who haven't been marking WAEC before can see the pattern of how WAEC used to set their questions, like the pattern of how WAEC expected students to answer their questions, the way they allocate mark for each of those scheme, for each of those questions rather. So because in some questions they might say that okay, if you don't put unit, mark it for the student. If you put unit, fail it. You understand? Even the title value too, because okay, this one I award 8 marks, yeah, I award 1 mark. So the whole breakdown is going to be clear to you once you study the marking scheme, so that you can prepare other 27 can the other students ahead of how WAEC used to set their question. So that's just the sense of me announcing that I have the marking guide with me, the 3 subjects. All right, now let's go to the question number 1. Yeah, remember that these questions in this video, you have to add it up to whatever you are reading, and I wish you best of luck in your exam. All right, now let's solve this question. If you want to solve the question, this is photon. You already read the question what I'm talking. So the question is going to be, the solution is going to be, formula is H equals to, E rather, E, which is the energy of the photon, E equals to hv. Now, what does h mean? H means Planck constant. This is it. The unit is joule seconds. Planck constant, Planck. All right. Whereby this c means speed of light. Speed, speed is closely to velocity, meter per seconds. So, but this c here in this context is the speed of light. So the formula to use is what? E equals to hv. Now, whereby v equals to c over lambda. Now, what does h means? Planck constant. What about v? V is frequency. Note frequency. V is frequency. Take note. And by the way, some people used to write it as E equals to HF. It doesn't mean. But so in case if we are not given the frequency here and we are given the speed of light, which is and we are given wavelength, this lambda means wavelength. So if you are given the wavelength, instead of it to use E equals to HV, you will just use E equals to HC over lambda. You get E equals to HC over lambda if you are not given the frequency, or you are given the wavelength. This Planck constant and this speed of light, they are constant. They are constant as well. These both of them, they are constant. All students should memorize this thing offhand, and if you don't, they always give you in your question. Good. Now, even in advanced chemistry, in university chemistry under quantum chemistry, there's sometimes n used to be here, whereby the n is going to be number of photons or light. So n is always here. So it's usually going to be E equals to nhv in quantum chemistry at university level. All right, but now let's come down to SSC level. So solving this question now, already the question number 1, and they say we should calculate the energy of the photon. So that's going to be E equals to the Planck constant is 6.6 times 10 raised power minus 34. So you already have the unit here as joule seconds. So multiply by the frequency, that's going to be 2.14 times 10 raised power 15. So it can be, so the frequency is going to be per second. Half can be reversed to as well per seconds, simply because in under waves, we have period should be 1 over frequency. I hope you remember that under wave. So period c equals to 1 over frequency, and frequency is also equals to 1 over period. That means inverse of what? Inverse of this period is seconds, time period is seconds. So that's what inverse of seconds. Simply because if you multiply joule per second, multiply by per seconds. I mean, if you multiply joule seconds multiplied by per seconds, you give me like this: joule seconds multiplied by what? Inverse of seconds. So seconds pass to seconds, then you are left with joule. And remember that the unit for energy is what? Is joules. Thank you. Hope you are following. Yeah, I wish you best of luck in your exam. All right, now let's multiply this together. Whenever you want to multiply something that deals with this kind of questions like this that have power. Now, what I used to do is that I will say 6.6 multiplied by this 2.14. Then I'll take this thing together. What will I do? Times, I'll pick one out of this 10. 10 raised power, this is going to be minus 34. Now, this is times change to plus, so plus 15. This is how I used to do my multiplication. Then I can now open my calculator to press 6.6 times 2.14, and that's giving me 14.124, approximately, let's say 14, times 10 raised power minus 34 plus 15, that minus 34 plus 15, and that's giving minus 19 joules. All right, so by the time I allow this one to come here so that I can be in a perfect standard form, mathematics perfect standard form, so that's going to be 1.4 times 10 raised power minus 19. I'm coming this way, that means going to be plus 1 joule. So basically, we are going to have it as 1.4 times 10 raised power what? In minus 18 joules. So that's the answer for the question number 1. Now, for the question number 2, which is where they say we should calculate the work function of the metals. Now, before I move to question number 2, this is how NECO used to set their physics question. Objective is always 50 questions, which you have known. Sometimes it can spark their heads, can be 60, but most times at least 50 questions, whereby the system is going to mark your objective. So for the theory aspect will be given 17 different questions. 17 different questions. In fact, you'll be given 17, let me shout it, 17 different questions. NECO, they are really trying. So 17 different questions is going to be into two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 and part 2. The part 1 is going to comprise of 1 to 11 questions. Part 1 is going to be 1 to 11 questions. All right. So in the 1 to 11 questions, we are going to have question number 1 is going to be compulsory. So that one will carry 5 marks. And then, so in that part 1 to 11 questions, you are going to answer 6 questions. 6 questions, whereby question 1 is going to be compulsory, which is going to be 5 marks, while the remaining 5 is going to be 33 marks. So 30 times 5, that's 15. 15 plus 5, that's 20. So part 1 is 20 marks. We are answering 6 questions, 20 marks. All right. So keep that 20. So for the part 2 is going to be from number 12 to number 17. So those ones, you have to answer any 4 questions of your choice. Now, any 4 questions you answer of your choice, each of it is going to carry 10 marks. Each of it is going to carry 10 marks each, which is going to be 10 times 4, that is what? 40. So 40 plus the 20 in part 1, that is 60. So all your theory in physics is just 60 marks like that. Yes, 40 plus 20, 60. Yeah. So that's 60 marks like that. So that is how you are going to answer your question in the exam. So now that you have known what you are going to meet in your exam hall now, I believe that my video should always help you. So please do it to always share this video to other students. At least let other students benefit from this video. Don't be selfish. Share it to them so that they can have idea of whatever they are going to meet in the exam hall. Now let's go to the II. So for the II, it says that we calculate the work function of the metal. That's going to be the energy of the photon minus the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is this energy we have here. This energy we have here. So this one is 18. This is 18, 1, 8. Sorry. This is 1, 8 minus 1, 8. It's not 8, it's minus 1, 8. So how do we do that? And that's going to be this is the energy of the photon here. So it's going to be 1.4 times 10 raised to power minus 18 joules. So it's subtracted from this 1.09 times 10 raised to power minus 18 joule. Now, how do we subtract this? Still the same thing. We are going to pick this 1.4, you subtract it from this 1.09, close the bracket. You're going to pick 1 out of this times 10 raised to power minus 18. That's how to do the subtraction when it comes to something like this. All right. If it is division, it's different. If it is addition, it's something like this too as well. If it is addition, you just pick 1.4 plus 1.09. You put it here, then you just pick one of this power, one of this one, put it here. That's all. So it's still joule. You understand? So now let's do the calculation. It is going to be 1.4 minus 1.09, and that's giving us 0.31 times 10 raised to power minus 18 joule. Now, leaving standard form like this, according to mathematics law, it does not make sense. The decimal point must be on the first significant figure. So if this one is approximated here, then this is going to be 3.1 times 10 raised to power minus 18. Remember that I carry it like this. That's going to be minus 1 joule. So minus anything minus 1. So the final answer is giving us 3.1 times 10 raised to power minus 19 joule. So that's the answer for the question number 1. Now let's move to question number 2. Now, for the question number 2 says that we should give two similarities between X-ray and gamma ray. Now, note one thing, there will not be master class for physics. Yes, I'm not holding master class for physics, but my next master class is going to be for further mathematics. So further mathematics is on Thursday, yeah, this week Thursday, whereby my master class is going to hold on Wednesday by 9 p.m. So if you're interested, still the same account, pay your just 1,000 naira, pay your 1,000 naira, download your Zoom Workplace, sign up, install Zoom Workplace on your Play Store, Apple Store, then sign up so that we can start the class by 9 p.m. on Wednesday, and send your receipt to the WhatsApp number that I showed you earlier. Please indicate it under the caption that it is for that mathematics masterclass. All right, but there is no masterclass for physics. All right, now he said give two similarities between X-ray and gamma ray. So the first thing to give here is that both are electromagnetic wave. So also for the other one is that both travels, like the both of it travels at the speed of light in a vacuum. Okay, so let me add one more for you guys. Just that both are used in medical and industrial imaging. Medical and industrial imaging. All right, so that is it. So let's move to the third question I have for you in this preparatory video, which you have to ask whatever you are reading. Please and please, I want to apologize. Sorry, I want to please, rather not apologize. I want to please that everybody should share this video. Share this video, at least let this video hit 20k, 100k views, 20k views, so that it's going to get across to a lot of students for them to benefit from this video. I believe that 1.2 million students used to register for NECO every year. So I believe that over 1.2 million candidates register for the exam in the world, in this country rather. So if you can share it to them, it's going to help them and then they're going to benefit from this video. Now let's go to question number 3. Now question number 3 says that, okay, now read the question. I believe that you can all read it. So this is under force. Students should know that force equals to mass times acceleration. This is a basic formula that all students should know. But in this kind of case, we are having it as acceleration due to gravity. So our force equals to mass times g. All right. Since we are given the angle as since the angle is inclined with 30 degrees, then the formula is going to be force equals to mass times g times sine theta. So having the sine theta, now what is our theta? Our theta is 30 degrees. So force is going to be mass times g times sine 30 degrees. So this is the answer. But if you want to proceed, you can just say force is equals to the mass is what we don't know times the acceleration to gravity is 10, so sine 30 degree, or you leave it as f equals to 10m sine 30 degree. All right, so best of luck. This is all I have for you in this video, though I'll be coming up with more powerful questions that can help you in your exam, that even if you see the question you can relate it with what you're going to see in your exam, or I'll be coming up with those questions. So stay close to my channel, follow this channel, subscribe to this channel, so that whenever I drop the question, you're going to come across to it and you're going to be notified immediately. I'm dropping more physics powerful NECO 26 questions and answers soon. Thank you so much, and I'm going to label it part B. Take note. So thank you so much for watching the video. Give us a like, a nice comment. Love you all. See you in my next video. Bye.